Welcome to Farming Aid.
When it comes to American cattle, most people picture solid black Angus or familiar brown Herefords quietly grazing in fields. But across the United States, there are breeds so visually stunning that they make people stop, stare, and take notice. From horns that stretch impossibly wide to dramatic coats that look almost painted, these cattle are more than just livestock, they're living works of art. In this video, we're diving into the USA's 5 most striking cattle breeds, the ones that turn heads, spark curiosity, and leave a lasting impression. Get ready to meet animals that combine history, beauty, and power in ways you've never imagined. Texas Longhorn cattle are often the first breed that comes to mind when talking about cattle that command attention. Their appearance feels almost mythical, like something pulled straight from the Old West. What truly stops people in their tracks is the horn span. These horns can stretch 6 feet or more from tip to tip, curving outward and upward in shapes that seem sculpted rather than grown. Every longhorn is visually unique, with coat colors that range from stark black and white contrasts to deep reds, speckled blues, brindles, and rare tricolor patterns. No two animals ever look exactly the same, which adds to their visual impact. Beyond the horns and color, the breed carries itself with a confident, almost regal posture. Historically, Texas Longhorns were shaped by harsh environments, long cattle drives, and minimal human intervention. That rugged past is still visible in their lean build, strong legs, and alert expression. When people encounter a Texas Longhorn in person, the reaction is often silence followed by disbelief. Cameras come out instantly because these cattle look less like livestock and more like living symbols of American frontier history. Highland cattle bring a completely different kind of visual shock. Instead of sharp horns and sleek hides, they look like walking clouds of hair with eyes that peek out from behind thick bangs. Highland cattle are instantly recognizable because of their long, shaggy coats that drape over their bodies like heavy winter jackets. Colors vary widely, from the classic reddish-brown that most people recognize to black, silver, dun, white, and even brindle. Their horns curve gracefully outward and upward, adding to their dramatic silhouette. When people see Highland cattle for the first time, especially in the United States, the reaction is often surprise mixed with curiosity. They look more like something from a fairy tale than a working beef animal. What makes them even more impressive is that their appearance is directly tied to function. The thick coat protects them from cold, wind, and rain, allowing them to thrive in harsh climates with minimal shelter. Their calm demeanor also adds to their charm. For a YouTube video, Highland cattle draw viewers in instantly because they feel approachable, photogenic, and almost unreal. People stop scrolling just to figure out what they are looking at. Ankole Watusi cattle create a sense of awe that is hard to match. While not originally from the United States, they have established a strong presence on American farms, ranches, and conservation herds. What stops people cold is the horns. These are not just large horns. They are massive, thick, and dramatically shaped, often forming wide arcs that seem physically impossible. The horns are filled with blood vessels that help regulate body temperature, which makes them functional as well as visually stunning. Coat colors are typically rich reds, browns, blacks, or piebald patterns that contrast sharply with the horn structure. When an Ankole Watusi stands still, it feels like time pauses around it. The animal looks ancient, powerful, and dignified, almost like a living relic from another era. In American settings, where most cattle are hornless or modestly horned, seeing an Ankole Watusi is genuinely shocking. People do double takes, step closer, and ask questions. For video content, this breed creates instant engagement because viewers want to understand how something so dramatic exists and how it fits into modern cattle farming. Belted Galloway cattle stop people in their tracks in a quieter but equally effective way. At first glance, they look almost unreal, as if someone painted a bold white stripe around a black cow. That clean white belt around the midsection is so perfectly defined that many people assume the animal has been edited or artificially colored. The contrast is striking and memorable, making belted Galloways instantly recognizable even to people with no background in agriculture. Their compact, sturdy build adds to their charm, giving them a teddy bear-like appearance that feels friendly and solid at the same time. Historically, these cattle were bred in harsh conditions, which explains their thick hides and ability to thrive on forage alone. In American pastures, they stand out sharply against green grass or snowy fields. People driving by often slow down or stop just to make sure their eyes are not playing tricks on them. For a YouTube audience, belted Galloways are perfect because they combine bold visual appeal with a simple, easy-to-explain story. The look alone makes people curious, and that curiosity keeps them watching. Speckle Park cattle bring a modern kind of visual drama that feels fresh and unexpected. Their coats are a striking mix of black, white, and sometimes red, creating bold speckled patterns that look almost custom-designed. Some animals have eye patches, others have spotted flanks, and many display sharp contrasts that make them look more like exotic wildlife than traditional cattle. Speckle Park cattle also tend to have a muscular, athletic build that enhances their visual impact. They look powerful, balanced, and alert, which adds to their presence. In the United States, this breed is still relatively uncommon, which makes seeing one even more surprising. People often ask what breed they are because they do not fit the standard mental image of American beef cattle. The breed's polled nature, meaning they are naturally hornless, gives them a clean, modern appearance that contrasts sharply with more traditional horned breeds. For video content, Speckle Park cattle stand out because they feel new, exciting, and visually bold. Viewers are drawn in by the patterns and stay to learn why these cattle are gaining attention among progressive producers. What connects all 5 of these breeds is not just how they look, but how they make people feel when they see them. These cattle create emotional reactions. Texas Longhorns inspire awe and nostalgia. Highland cattle spark warmth and fascination. Ankole Watusi bring a sense of ancient power. Belted Galloways trigger curiosity and delight. Speckle Park cattle generate excitement and modern appeal. In a country where efficiency often dominates livestock conversations, these breeds remind people that beauty still matters. They show that cattle can be both functional and visually extraordinary. For a YouTube video, focusing on these striking breeds creates a natural storytelling flow. Each breed offers a moment of surprise, followed by explanation and deeper appreciation. Viewers are not just learning about cattle. They are experiencing them visually and emotionally. These breeds stop people in their tracks because they challenge expectations. They prove that American cattle farming is not uniform or boring, but rich with diversity, history, and visual drama. When people walk away from seeing these animals, whether in person or on screen, they remember them. And in the world of online content, being remembered is everything. 5 cattle breeds aren't just remarkable for their looks, they're unforgettable for the way they make you feel. From the legendary horns of the Texas Longhorn to the fairy tale shaggy Highland, the ancient power of the Ankole Watusi, the bold contrast of belted Galloways, and the striking patterns of Speckle Park, each breed has a story and a presence that commands attention. They remind us that cattle aren't just farm animals, they can be living symbols of history, beauty, and innovation. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us which breed stopped you in your tracks the most.